One of the main difficulties children with Down syndrome have is low muscle tone, and that affects their speech in quite a lot of different ways. So they don't have muscle strength, and that affects their ability to speak clearly and to be able to pace themselves in what they're saying. So the kind of therapy that we do, we build up the endurance of their muscles and the precision of their muscles. They can't move their muscles as fast, so we have to practice it a little bit more. We try and use, in all the different settings we work in, we try and use the language that's relevant. So if we're using different vocabulary that's in the classroom, we use that. But also we can use the toys to get the language, like the pop-up pirates. You're learning to say a sentence with that, you're learning to say the two words together. And that's what Rudy was doing today. We're trying to get him to use two words together. So if he can say yellow sword or red sword, then that's helping to expand his language a little bit. If he finds it fun, it's a game. And typically developing children, it takes them until 0 to 5 to be able to say a clear sentence, and it takes them until 5 to have all their sounds. So we know there's a pattern of how they learn to say sounds. So we work at those stages, whatever stage the child is at with either their speech or their language, we work in that to build up to it. Connie was doing some higher language work. She's looking at expanding her vocabulary and being able to interpret different social situations and to use emotions and to be able to think what other people might be thinking. Want them to be able to be as independent as they can and as confident as they can, and to have as many social opportunities as they want to have, and for that not to hold them back in any way. So we use it, the who, where, what, when template helps them to organise what they want to say and be able to get their message across. And hopefully that will enable them in all situations, whether they're at college or they're at school and being able to retell a story, or whether they are out socialising with their friends and be able to tell them what they were doing last week. It's all the same approach they would use. I think it's been great to work with all the teachers and all the support staff in the schools. I think that's been really good. Usually what we do is we set joint targets, and then I work with the teachers and I work with the special needs assistant, and we set targets together based on what the child's learning in class and what targets I see that they need, and we put that together and then we both work on it so that the child learns not only the technique but how to use it in everyday life, which is important. It's getting the carry over. Speech and language therapy, traditionally we use a lot of pictures, and children are using iPads more often, and we don't know when all these children leave school, the technology will have advanced further. What we've done is we've found a few apps that work for all ages, and we use those apps to teach vocabulary and speech and then to tell stories. So it's to work on speech and language together, and all the children are familiar with the apps, and then the teachers can use the apps as well so that they can add in new vocabulary. If they're doing a new topic or a new subject, then they can add that in, and then the children can practice that at home. It's been good for all the children making transitions to high school and to school this year, because they've gone in August with the apps all installed, and then we can go in and just show the teachers what to do, and they're all now quite confident in using them as well. Lee has lots of ideas, but he's not able to get his message across as well. He's not able to give you a full sentence, and he's not confident about telling a sentence, but what he is confident about is taking pictures and telling a story with his pictures. So that's helping him to put the story together and be able to sit down and tell someone about something he's done, and using clear sentences so that the person can understand the beginning, the middle and the end of his story. So that's hopefully going to increase his confidence, particularly now he's at college and he's going to be socialising with his friends, and he's got a busy social life anyway. So we're only beginning to learn from research now just how much the brain can rewire itself and what it can do, and it's our job as a therapist to adapt to that and to try out different techniques and see which one works. But there's always room for improvement, there's always room to improve things. It's just finding the right techniques and making sure we have the skills to be able to do that.